Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News, baby dolls. It is the wonderful weekend of Easter. The resurrection prophecy is underway. We're looking at a Bitcoin price still at around $85,000. Has not budged this whole weekend, which is actually pretty good. Because if there was some sort of tantrum by Donald Trump as digested by the market, we would see them basically hitting crypto over the weekend because they sell what they can, not what they really want to. That's why crypto, friends, is also and always hyper reactive to a lot of these macro stuff, because a lot of these soy boy cuck institutions where the best thing they'll ever do is make like 12% in 1 year and basically just siphon off all these billionaires who are paying them commission because they don't know any better, right? Those types of people, they get wet over this stuff. So they're able to sell and they trade over these weekends and they do that. But actually they get embarrassed because literally every single one of them, and I do mean every single one of them, okay, literally all underperform buying and holding. Every single one of them. So you're probably wondering, if they're so trash, why are they still around? Well, there's a thing about these institutions and stuff I want to tell you. Do you know these hedge funds, friends? Do you know they're only around for about 3 years? Why? Because most of them fail. Once they get like a 2 or 3 year bad record, they can't get money. So what they do is they just disband the whole thing and they reopen up a new one. And they're constantly just making a new one. They're like shit coins basically. But they want to remove their chart. They're making a new name, a new company name, whatever, and they try to siphon money like that. So that's actually what a lot of them do. That's why a lot of them are losers and actual failures. That's why they really do have a water cooler they have to pay for. Just a bunch of soy boy cucks in an office. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay, but they kind of do what they know what they're doing most of the time. They don't know what they're doing market-wise, but they do know what they're doing in terms of people manipulation-wise. They know how to dress up the reports. They know how to get just a safe hedge. They know how to talk to people. It's all about talking to people and just making sure that they understand, the stock market's down 8% and we're down like 8.5%. It's like the market. That's what they're trying to do. And when they're up, they'll just talk about the good stuff, and then people are happy to give away a percentage of their commission. That's actually how the game works, friends. And that game is for losers, and we're not here to lose. We're here to win. I know it feels hard when you're looking at 5 red monthly candles for Ethereum in its 3rd cycle out here, but it doesn't really matter. It's funny, man. Like the same losers who talk about long-term holding, all right, they take these little screenshots of time and they go, oh, but this thing's down. You've lost all your money after 1 year. You've lost all your money after 2 years. Like, but do you understand how the cycle works? Do you understand how business ISM works? Do you understand how literally anything works? I mean, you've been talking about it the whole time. They don't actually understand it. What I've actually realized is a lot of these influencers and stuff out here that you and I watch, friends, they actually don't know shit. What they're actually good at is they're good at repackaging information. They don't actually understand the information, and they send. And you know what? When you listen to them, they say all the right words. You're like, dude, you look like you exactly know what you're talking about. Like in terms of like you've covered it so many times, they actually don't. They literally actually don't. I've seen them literally mess up so many times. I don't want to name names and stuff, but things you get wrong, for example, like you really don't want to talk about. Like, for example, I'm not going to name anyone, okay? Don't worry about it. But there are like people I watch, they like, when they're reading CPI, for example, they think it's good when it's higher than expected, the CPI. They're like, oh, cool, it beat expectations. That's why this thing happened. And I'm like, bro, how long have you been in markets for? Like, I've never in my life ever got that wrong, ever. No one gets that wrong. How do you get that wrong? So I'm just giving you these examples of these things I pick up on. Kind of tells you these people are full of crap. Let's check out these ETH ratios I wanted to show you, friends. This is why something interesting. You see, ChainLink, friends, is literally, it's breaking up through this high. My gosh, it's been such a long time, man. I can't tell you when this thing first went down, friends. Friends, I remember Incest Answers talking about 0.01 here as the buy of a lifetime. And then when it went down here, he sold. And then I've just been going aside and side, and my gosh, it's literally been forever. This is a freaking weekly chart. What I want to do now, friends, in a very family-friendly way, is just put a super trend on it. So it actually has flipped green, and it's probably pulled back into the EMA here. I don't have an EMA here. It's probably flipped green. So actually, it's go time. Something interesting as well. A lot of these ETH ratios, it's so hard to chart these, but I hope we really get back around here. That'd be wonderful. A return back to that point. I hope it breaks it, but I don't know if it can break it, man. Because, friends, if ETH is 10K, ChainLink is $200. If this ratio gets up here and Ethereum is 10K, then ChainLink is $200. So, which hopefully is enough for everything else. Hopefully Ethereum can get 10K. But you can actually check out these ETH ratios on pretty much anything. XRP, Polkadot, Arbitrum, whatever. That's what everyone's going to be watching. But yeah, some of them have a long way to go. Like, for example, HEX is down 99%, I think, against ETH and BTC, 99%. ChainLink's down 82%. So HEX would be down all the way down here. So it doesn't take much. Like, this is the gap, right? This is the gap. So you could always see it swooping up back here. But it is interesting just to have that perspective. Now, friends, because it is still Easter weekend, I'm going to crank it. Now, I would like to show you the Bitcoin chart, the 12-hour chart. What I've done here, I've just had this fractal, okay? I've just have this, sorry, not a fractal, I've got the Fibonacci. The 1.618 takes it to around 130K. Everyone's eyeing that number. That might be it. So I'm quite confident we will see 130K. I just don't know what happens after that point. No one does. I don't think it's over after that point. What do I know, though? I don't know. Crap. Everyone else does think it's over. I know they're ready to click the button. Friends, every time, isn't it funny? Every single time I have reported to you for the past 2 years, hey, everyone's thinking of like selling, right? I've been right every single time. The problem is I'm like, can we go up first? We never go up first. We just literally start dunking. That's exactly what happened. Remember, friends, I told you everybody's going to cheat. Did I not tell you every single person was going to freaking cheat? Remember, I told you everyone was planning to cheat in 2025, and look, we just go down. Well, it's interesting, right? I can read this market psychology from everyone, but like, I'm like, bro, the prices are so low. I don't want to risk it because if I'm wrong, right? If I'm wrong and it goes up, you missed the whole 4-year cycle. You literally missed everything. So it is, yes, we are going to be just battling all those things together. What I'm now going to do is just show you that cute liquidity fractal as well. Remember, friends, we're moving along April 21st. Man, it's done that whole low volume coiling up. Friends, this is really good. When Bitcoin starts doing these are really good. Real good. Because you've done a macro uptrend, right? When you start doing the very low volume stuff, that's nice. That's awesome. It literally means it's dead Morse code. That means a big move is coming. But you might say, hey, what a big move down. Yeah, that could happen, but everyone's bearish, man. We've got maximum fear. And we have everything recovering, so I think we're going to be all right. Yeah, the others ETH ratio as well, friends, is up to 1.1. Just to show you everything, I think the theme of this cycle is everything catches up to Ethereum's repricing. That's what I feel like this cycle is going to be. So yeah, you know, some of you asked me, Sommi, what do I rotate into? Because I don't know, bro. I have no idea, okay? But they've asked me, what do I rotate into in this top of this bull market? Should I get Bitcoin? Firstly, no one knows anything, okay? If you really think it's over, get, like, this portfolio, profit taking, has never failed. 50% BTC, 50% US dollars. It's literally never failed. Now, speak of the devil, I don't want it to fail because I've now said that, but that's literally never failed. Because if everything keeps running up, you've got your BTC for an alt season. If everything goes down, guess what? You've still got your BTC and you have now US dollars. You can do anything you want. You can actually figure it out. But just be careful with that as well. It's not like everybody's able to buy the dip just because they have dollars. And people did that in the beginning of the bear market last time and they actually regretted it because they bought back too early. So there is no real free lunch here. However, if ETH does like a fast, sharp pullback back to here, I don't think it's over forever, but it probably is like over for a double bottom in the next bear market and then get back ETH in and go. It will be nice if ETH goes, oh, we're now going to go up. I just don't think so. I'll be honest, it's going to feel like it, by the way, if it goes back. Because what is this distance here, friends? Right here is the Fibonacci as well. This is a 60% retrace. You see around 61%, 0.05. What is 0.05? Bitcoin, 200K, ETH, 10K. Okay, hopefully it's a bit higher and stuff out here. So what do you get? Well, you can't go wrong. Half Bitcoin, half Ethereum. Half Bitcoin, half USD. But yeah, because you got to remember, right? In the bull market, ETH's gone up. Yeah, it's not like you'll get like you're not going to be able to get ETH-BTC ratio down here and your altcoins have gone to the moon. If they have, you're going to be super rich then. You're going to make like another triple on top of everything. So it's very unlikely ETH is dead, your altcoins peak, and you just get a free ETH rotation and do that, right? It's more likely that if your altcoins are up high, ETH-BTC is also up. This is actually what's happened in the past. Okay, like look what happened, right? See, friends, Ethereum led the whole thing. This is in 2017 and 2021. You didn't want to be accumulating up here, did you? It looked like everything comes down. So there's just some philosophy to think about. Remember, Ethereum is ultimately a poop coin at the end of the day. Now, I'm going to crack on with some news, friends. So, actually, you know, as well on top of these, looking at, because we love looking at charts, okay? Expectations, right? Remember, these are the 3 CME gaps. 1700, 2600, 3200. This will be beautiful to clear. In a very family-friendly way, I've just put the line here. So you can just see the prices. So we got 1700, 26, and 3200. It will be lovely to just go up only. I don't know, man. But it just, like, friends, it literally just blew this level out. This is what it does, man. Full capitulation. So, man, I don't know how these things are going to catch up. I really don't. Unless really we are totally overestimating what Ethereum is going to do this cycle. But I've already expected this whole, like, you know, what if it's only 8K third cycle? So we'll see. Remember, friends, Mantra DAO. Mantra DAO, friends, is still around 55 cents. You know, there's always been this FUD and stuff around it because of the recent 92% drop. Turns out one of the exchanges, I think, I'm not 100% sure. There's like rumors of just liquidations and things out here and had like this up only thing. But yeah, so because there's other opportunity, I'm not focusing on it. But like generally with these, it ain't usually over. There's like always max FUD. And we learned this from all the PulseChain stuff. Like it's kind of looking at Mantra DAO, like, bro, the people, they're still rocking up. You know what I mean? They're going on camera, they're rocking up. With PulseChain, we don't have that. With PulseChain, we just have Richard Hart tweeting. That's all. And we had Interpol saying the guy's a criminal. And we had SEC and all these other things. Like, we went through way worse. And by the way, you know what I mean? Like, that's why the price is still down for so much. So, I feel like if you're used to that FUD, right, these things are literally a walk in the park. But I'm not saying to buy anything. I'm just telling you, just showing to you that you gain this experience over time that no one else can replicate. So, actually, speaking of PulseChain and everything out here, we'll have a quick look at the PulseChain core coins and everything. Yeah, so pDAI, friends, had a 27% rally. I think it's up a bit more, hit like 50% at one point. And then the core coins are down 3-4% just because Ethereum ain't moving much. Yes, no friendship until everything pumps. Remember, friends, there are a lot of soy boys right now. So a lot of people whose opinions literally mean nothing. They don't know that I took note of them. Okay, there's PulseChain KOLs, popular ones. There's just mid-tier and low-tier people themselves. I took note. So I know, oh, you're actual Copa. I remember you. You know who you are, all of you. You were all bearish as hell on EHEX at the bottom. Why? Because Richard tweeted about it. Richard said, we've migrated off. EHEX is dead. The market decided. All of you little bitches. You went on camera to agree with him. I went on camera to say, I don't think so, sir. I'm not criticizing. I just don't think it's dead. And I think it's the wrong move to like kill it, by the way. And I stayed long. Guess what? Did a 900%. So all these same soy boy scum. I mean, coincident friends, this is why I love markets. There's people so useful. These same soy boy, pencil neck, noodle arm, leg day skipping scum are turbo bearish on pDAI. It's literally the same cohort of people. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's literally happening again. It can't be that easy. It can't be that easy. And I'm seeing it right now. Now, you still got to take a long-term view. It doesn't take, like, remember, friends, the ratio recovered, right? But EHEX is still down after a year, the USD price. But if you know what you're looking for, you get an advantage over everyone. So it is beautiful, right? It is beautiful to see this. Here is the PulsePLS price chart. It's kind of funny. Everyone's like always glass half full, right? Because it's so bad. Everyone's looking at, oh no, we retraced 20% down after. So I'm going to start a pump again. By the way, as well, I've got to add something as well. The same scum, the same leg day skipping scum, bug eater trash people who are saying, oh, pDAI this and pDAI that. Oh, I don't like the narrative. And the narrative, bro, no one cares what you think. Literally nobody cares what you think, okay? Those same people also hating on me, okay? 1 to 2 weeks ago, I was literally reading all your Twitters. You're basically hinting you can't wait to sell and leave when Richard pumps it. You're literally bragging to everyone, saying you literally just can't wait to leave. So, you know, it's interesting, man. People... So they have literally zero self-awareness, zero, which is, it makes markets easy when you know what to look for, okay? It makes it very difficult if you have no attunement to it, but it does make it very easy. Once you start to know, like, oh, wow, these people are always wrong. If you base your premise off that, oh, wow, these people are always wrong, you know that the story, you try to look for ways that the story can be countered. You're like, okay, this person says this thing's dead. Okay, now I'm looking for a reason why this thing can stay alive. Just because I know, oh, this guy's a loser and a coper, and they're usually always wrong. And girls as well. There's many girls there too. So PulseX friends as well. PulseX doing this nice, this tiny little zip up here. It is still, just be honest, it is still red on the weekly super trend. You know what I mean? It takes a while. It's actually got to clear up here. Still 75% below SAC price. Still, it's been 4 years, so it's been very tough on everyone. Here you have HEX as well. HEX is still under 1 cent. This is pHEX. Remember, friends, also contrarian by me. Richard said P tokens are trash. They could have admin things and stuff out here. pHEX is the biggest P token. I like it, and I'm allowed to like it. I like pHEX. I think it's cool. Let's look at the pHEX pulse ratio, also very strong. But this pHEX pulse ratio, maybe, friends, as Ethereum reverses up, maybe this thing just comes back down, and then you have like this range. That might be what it comes down to. Also, I feel like Richard, someone, or who else is it going to be, bro? We're going to be joking around. I feel like Richard pumped the crap out of this, right? He tried to jam it up, and it's come back down. And do you want to know what's funny? Did you know I made a whole video about that? Did you know that? Did you know when we were down here a year ago, I literally said, friends, I literally said, Richard can pump this thing anywhere as high as he wants, but just watch the reaction after it if there's follow through. Go back, watch my video. I literally guessed it. And now, because he actually, this is the thing, he pumped it through the high, the ratio high. It will be interesting if it still comes back down. It kind of tells you, doesn't mean pX is shit or anything. No, could just be Pulse is a bit newer, could be that, but probably more of the effect is Pulse is like Ethereum, HEX is like Bitcoin. So maybe layer 1 Ethereum reverts back, maybe. It's just interesting to think about. Now, quickly checking out the pDAI price chart. It started zipping up here back. This is about $1,000 extra dollars. This is 10% of a penny up here. Now it's back to about 8.5%. There are interesting events. There are PulseChain KOLs literally made videos, streams, and tweets, all of them on this exact moment saying pDAI is dead, right? Literally on this moment, and it ran up almost a 4x. That's a 3.8, pretty much almost a 4x. Just seen it so many times, and even if you don't believe in anything, okay, forget the coin, forget the logo, forget everything. There's no story, there's no narrative, move that aside. Just on the premise that someone is saying this thing is dead, man, it's like you got to auto buy. You're like, oh, you said it's dead, auto buy, right? And then like you can take half out on a 2x or something and cover your initial. It's funny just to see that over and over again. Now, of course, the whole thing's down. The whole thing is down out here. Yes, the whole thing is down. There's a linear chart. It's the same shit, bro. I mean, by the way, it's funny, friends. You said it was dead down here. You said it was dead down here. You said it was dead down here. And I'm saying this as well. Probably they're saying that it's dead again. It's literally like everything else, like Bitcoin and Bitch areas and everything else. I'm sure you saw as well, friends. There was the massive resurrection prophecy. So MakerDAO rebooting. Literally rebooting. Now, it does not mean, I don't know exactly how the tech works, okay? I don't know if it's that MakerDAO. Maybe there's another one. There's an upgrade version of that, okay? If you look at Richard's tweets recently, my first reaction was like, oh, he's just talking stuff. And then I went back and revisited his tweets 5 hours later. I was like, wait a minute. It seems like he's trying to tell everybody how shit the old MakerDAO is on Ethereum, and how we can improve it potentially if you connect some dots. That's what it looks like. Is it deployed? I don't know. Apparently that we found something on the chain, friends. There's like, there's a Better Bank thing. There's like another MakerDAO new thing. There's something called pAI, Pi. I'm not interacting with anything. You guys can take that risk. I'm not touching any of that. And even though it could be legit, it could be legit words from God, whispers from God. It's just that I'm not going to let anyone take advantage of me reporting stuff fast, okay? Because there's a lot of new people, and they're all in pDAI, okay? No one news on any other coin in the chain, but they're all in pDAI. So you just have to be careful because they think, look, I know a lot of people are new. They think just, oh, blockchain, you click around stuff. No. Like everyone's trying to take your money. Literally, everyone's trying to take your money. They're trying to get you to click in this place, go to this website, buy this token. Everyone's trying to take your money. All right. And what makes it tough is there are a lot of success stories, which makes you more inclined to take the risk and want to give your money away. That's what makes it, I guess, tough to navigate. But I maintain my position, friends. I made my whole posts, right? Everything. I maintain my position that pDAI is a spear, even though very contrarian right now. Very, very, very contrarian. Even though ATROPA with Caddy, okay, Caddy Mercenary was able to basically sell all the pDAI and rotate it into ATROPA. Look, I can't make any friends. I don't know the future, bro. I don't know the future, but I think this is the ATROPA pDAI ratio, okay? I feel like these are all artificially high, okay? Where's it based off? It's just me, friends. I showed you the HEX-pls. Richard tried to smack it up. What happens? It's distributing down. He's trying to force it somewhere, okay? I'll show it to you again, okay? HEX-pls. I feel like he tried to smack it up. There's no follow through, and it's just gonna just distribute down over time. I feel like that's gonna happen. Okay, see, you don't know. Someone can always smack it up, right? And how they smack it up, by the way, they're dumping Pulse to buy PHEX. That's how you smack it up. Yeah, that's what a rotation of a ratio is. That's why, friends. See, I know that's happening. By the way, did anybody new come into HEX when this happened? Did anybody new? No, not a single person. Oh, see, what about PulseX going up? No. What about the PulseX to Pulse ratio as well? Let me show you this now, right? Did anybody new come into PulseX? No. How did you do such a monster move? Not a single person. Because, friends, he's toggling some stuff. Okay. Now, the thing is, one, no one's gonna be able to catch him doing it, which is beautiful. Number one. And number two, people are plebs. They don't understand what's going on. So if they look at it, yes, that's why some people say, oh, do you think he would sell a coin over here to do this? Yes. Do you understand how ratio rotation works? Yes. He is dumping Pulse, literally selling your Pulse bags to buy the HEX, selling this to do that. All right? I trust him. He's the billionaire. It's his chain that he's founded. Okay. I believe he knows what he's doing. Okay. But if he told people, they don't understand. They'd be like, no. Why are you selling? Why are you selling? They would have absolutely no idea. That's probably why it's all silent. And the theme of all that, right, man? The theme of all that is, but I've just seen this, man. Like when you force a ratio one way, the market then gets to accept or reject it. Okay. I think it's rejecting the PHEX one, rejecting it. Hey, he could, by the way, he could come and force it up again. Just to let you know, he can come and infinitely force it up. He could do that. He could do it. Depends how much he wants to fight it. Friends, if you've got access to all the Pulse, he could literally just do that again. He could. But naturally, what's it doing down? So that's why you see you're betting, okay, are you going to force it again or not? And what is the natural inclination out here? So you got to think, right, you can only fight the market so much before you're just handing money away. Check this out. So this is the ATROPA pDAI ratio. I believe this is also artificially high because Caddy rotated in. This is what I think, friend. I believe that, man, look how high they pushed up because they pushed pDAI so far down. That's why pDAI shouldn't be that far down, by the way. Let me put the log chart. I know this sounds crazy. I don't know how it's going to happen. I just feel like one day this gets back here. Somehow the ratio finds a way to get back to like 10, 11. 10, but let's say just under 15. 15 or under. All right. I don't know how. I feel like it's just going to go back there. By the way, they can only get there two ways, right? ATROPA dumps back down, or as they're rallying, pDAI keeps rallying and it outperforms ATROPA. So what would that incur? That would mean to buy pDAI, people are accessing the pDAI from the ATROPA bonding pool, and that's making that thing go down because pDAI is a speed. Now, I do know I don't even guess. I know in my heart pDAI is a speed. I watch the price action every single day for a year and a half. I'm like, oh wow, it's leading the altcoins. It's the whole speed. It doesn't. Look, but here's the thing: there's bigger players that in control. Do they want to move ratios around? Do they want to do other things? That's what we don't know about. But really, I'm just holding anyway. But yeah, it is nice to see. Also, like a great one as well, which is literally what I consider free money. You can look at the purple Bitcoin, the people's Bitcoin. Here's pWBTC. This is the USD price. Let's look at the pDAI ratio right here. Oh, well, it's coming back down. See, friends, it was spiking up here. I was selling it and saying, hey, man, this is literally free. And then it spiked up again here. When this is, friends, when this spiked up here, friends, that's funny. Like, when that spiked up there, that was when people made live streams and Twitter spaces saying pDAI is dead. All the usual cokers came out, and I'm like, don't reply anyone, don't reply anyone. Go, gotta act. All the copers are coming out. And look, it's actually smacked down. That's funny. It's starting to smack down already. I believe this thing will come back down to fair value, 90K, and people will buy it. It might even have a jip up, but then somehow this thing goes down. And what might happen is this thing goes down. I'm just guessing because pDAI is so strong. And it goes all the way down. And then once again, your friend Sommi, Mr. Contrarian, once it comes back in this box, I'll be saying, hey, you know, that people's Bitcoin is actually pretty cheap to pDAI right now, right? So remember, pWBTC is on top here. So if this is up, Bitcoin's strong. If this is down, Bitcoin's weak. So right now it's strong, but you can see it's rejecting and it's coming back down here. So that was as free money as you can get. Like that's a shit. Friends, they were giving you 1.6 million units, man. When I was telling you about it, it was literally at this high here. It was literally giving you 1.6 million purchasing power pDAI units for one pWBTC. So you could literally, one purple Bitcoin could give you 1 million pDAI. Now it only gives you 196,000. You know what its fair value was before that? About 75,000. That's wild, man. Back there. So we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. But using these ratios, you get an idea of something that like looks extended. All right. You don't have to act on them, but it gives you an idea. So that's why, you know how that ratio went really, really, really high? Means if you look at purple Bitcoin and pDAI, the Bitcoin is expensive, right? So if you have Bitcoin, you can sell it into pDAI, but also because you can see that ratio, which I'll show you again. So let's say there's big capitulations, which there was, right? This is when pDAI got dunked, yeah? When Caddy did the thing. Because I could see this ratio and I looked at it, I'm like, oh crap, pDAI is cheap as shit. It shouldn't be down here. That's how I knew. So if I had $100 to put in, do I buy $100 of the pWBTC or the $100 of pDAI? Well, the answer is the $100 of pDAI. Look how cheap it was. And look how onside you are, by the way. Look how hugely onside. You can actually invert it if you want to see what it actually looks like. So that's what it was. Okay, you're onside this much. So pretty much that's how I just inverted the scale. But yeah, so let's look it up again. There you go. Now, I have given you so much high-value content crypto. I can't believe, friends. See, we've done this for you. Why? It's Easter, spirit of Easter. I've had the resurrection. There's your Easter eggs out here. Okay, now we can go through, like, you know, the other stuff. PulseChain continues the resurrection prophecy as foretold by your friend Sommi. So I've got more content coming in here later on as well, friends. But it's a general gist. Okay, the general gist of it. You have, firstly, Richard Hart saying Happy Easter. And he uses multicolored eggs and we're having fun here. Probably nothing. The Easter Bunny. Do you see something? pDAI Resurrection. So this one could actually be probably nothing, friends. That's why we're just having fun here. The conspiracy. Everything's a conspiracy. You know what's funny? Talk about conspiracies. You know, if you're an anti-conspiracy cuck, you know how much you've been embarrassed since 2017. The past 8 years has been you taking a big fat L literally every single year, right? They did do a world zombie virus. They did line everybody up and keep trying to vax them. The CBDCs are real. Everybody is in cahoots. They did try to assassinate Donald Trump. The virus did come from China. Every single thing. UFOs are real. They did build a space station and they're targeting stuff out here, okay? There is shit on the moon that they keep photoshopping out. Elon Musk does have 13 kids that he doesn't even know about. What a conspiracy, huh? No, the conspiracy is on you now. How are you that closed-minded? I'm very curious. Well, I know, man. It's so much easier. Like, dude, man, just so much easier being a blue pill cuck. It really is. But you got the hotel cuck chair for you if you want to be a part of that life. So Richard Hart, Happy Easter, multicolored hearts. Also, friends, this is not rainbow people. See, people who are either homoerotically in the closet themselves, or they're just like thinking about dicks all day, they see the 4 primary colors. They see a rainbow there because they're just so haunted by them. Like they're just thinking about floppy willies in their face all day. That's what they're literally thinking about. These are 4 hearts of friendship and justice. I have explained what they all mean. Okay, from before, obviously the green hearts with the green candle. Okay, so I do have a nice explanation for them. Maybe I'll come out and read it for you one day. And also, friends, in the spirit of Easter, this is obviously big. So remember Catty? She has a husband surfacing. You know, Catty and surfacing. Here they are, right? Here they are. Catty and surfacing. Catty on the left, surfacing on the right. Now, that's her husband. Shout out to them. We've seen them evolve from pDAI is pretty much bug that's dangerous, and then they fix the protocol, and they say, oh, pDAI is dead. It's just a meme. And then they evolve again. They go, oh, wait a minute. Some sort of resurrection is happening. And we're like, dude, this is really scripted. Okay, we're literally just seeing it one by one. You're like walking back your opinion. Now you're shifting out here. It was revealed. This is big, okay? Surfacing, her husband has a pDAI colored fingernail. And we're like, dude, why do you have a fingernail when like 2 days ago, this thing was all like a dead scam meme thing? That's really weird. By the way, you can't see it here, but his right fingernail is like just a horizontal line, as in stable. Just a horizontal line. So that's why most people are missing it. Some people are saying, oh, fingernails and painting and stuff here. No, you're missing the whole point. Don't you find it weird how someone who hated a coin 2 or 3 days ago has a freaking fingernail of the logo? Don't you find that weird? It's literally like Richard Hart makes a tweet saying EHEX is dead. Then he goes and buys a car and puts like the number plate to be HEX from Ethereum. EHEX. Buy now. You're like, that's really weird, man. You see, something's not adding up here. Probably means it's still alive. Or it could go to 0. Like I told you thousands of times. Shout out to everybody out there as well. I see you on Twitter. Man, you literally don't. You don't watch the videos. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I've never said pDAI is going to go to $1. I have no certainty. I like the community. I like the bet. I like the risk parameters of it. And I like the information asymmetry. And I like how all of you copers are wrong about everything and say this thing's going to 0. I like all of them, okay? Doesn't have to go to $1. It can go to 5 cents. That's a giant return from here. That's like a 50x from here or whatever, okay? So, I do see, though, people, when they comment on it, they go, but they say it's going to go to $1, but they say it's going to do this. No, bro, these are words in your head. You're a little bitch. You see a red candle, you don't know how to buy dips. You can't buy dips, okay? You can't even put 30 cents to go buy a dip, okay? Instead, what you like doing is hating and just writing to the world about how much you hate it. Now, the good thing is you actually contribute to the mind share and you actually make the thing go up. I was watching one of those mid-curve podcasts, all the steady lads, and I think it was funny. One of them was that guy, Justin. He's an Ethereum guy. He's a nice guy. He basically said he's changed his whole philosophy because he used to get, I think he got Ethereum maybe at like $50 or something. Now he said his whole philosophy is if he sees anything that he hates, he will allocate anything to it purely just because he hates it and other people might hate it. Literally like you watched one of your friends' Sommi videos from 2.5 years ago, which is interesting because even an Ethereum maxi can figure this stuff out. And then we are like on a cult chain as well. There have been some President Trump tweets sent. Friends, President Trump says, if you criticize tariffs, you are bad at business. And you have this most epic Easter tweet from Donald Pump. Right, he says, happy Easter to all, including all the radical left lunatics who are fighting and scheming so hard to bring murderers, drug lords, dangerous prisoners, the mentally insane and well-known MS-13 gang members and wife beaters back to our country. Hey, what's wrong with the wife beater singlet? Happy Easter also to all the weak and ineffective judges and law enforcement officials who are allowing this sinister attack. So he goes on for this. It is really, really funny. Really funny. He also talks about Joe Biden being trash and cheating in the election. It is hilarious as well. And this was his tweet that he put. The businessmen who criticize tariffs are bad at business, but really bad at politics. They don't understand or realize that I am the greatest friend that American capitalism has ever had. And I've written here, Donald Pump should fire Poop Powell, right? Poop Powell, P-O-O-P-P-A-L, and get a new Dove chairman. I think you should do that. The rates are too high, friends. Like, let's not kid ourselves. This inflation's bullshit anyway. So I hope he does fire him, or I hope JP just start cutting the rates, dude. I want my bag pump. I've waited for 5 years. Property's gone up. Stocks have gone up. Peter Schiff is euphoric. Altcoins haven't gone up. We're literally the last thing left on earth, and we all know markets ain't euphoric till we go up. So we got plenty of room to crank it. As well, friends, we are pending the decision of the SEC. So the corrupt SEC, they did like the pending advancement extension thing, whatever. It's meant to end April 21st. So because it's government workers, maybe they come back to work like in June. But if they somehow, rock up to their office, maybe we get a resolution. Now, I'm not excited by it. I don't really care. Okay, if the SEC stops it, it's official, it's done. What now? Okay, the price didn't even pump much. It just reversed the whole move when we did go up. Literally reversed the whole move. We're like down 60% after we won. So, it doesn't do anything for the price there. Like, it will jolt it, you know what I mean? It'll jolt it, and it's nothing like, idiosyncratically good or like unique. But why everyone's really looking forward to it is it will increase the odds that Richard Hart streams. Okay, it doesn't make it 100%, it just increases the odds. Because if there's a basket of things you think he's not streaming for, okay, the SEC one, now he can actually talk and be legally okay. So that's what everyone's waiting for, right? Many people are hoping that he streams because everyone most of the community, they're there because they grew up on Warlord Richard. Like, oh, come, I want to see you debate. I want to see you do this. I want to see you do that. But yeah, with Hex's price chart like that, friends, like, I'll just be honest, like, what if he's going to debate someone? What is he going to debate him on? They literally, do you remember when Richard debated Peter Schiff? He had the gold chart. Okay, every single person Richard debates right now, they're going to print off the EHEX chart right here, and they're just going to show that. And they're going to show it in a linear chart. That's what they're going to do. They're going to say, oh, none of your opinion literally means anything. This thing is down 99.5%. They'll say it's dead, it's rugged, it's abandoned. They'll say the game theory didn't work. Your yield means nothing because you're 99.5% down. You've lost minus 100x on your Bitcoin. So you need this thing to go up 100x just to get break even from 4 years. Just get break even. So if it goes down again, then pretty much it's going to be like an 8 years of you being down 99%. So that's all they're going to say. So everything else, so will kind of lead you to believe perhaps the stream would come after something like that. Maybe. Right? But remember, streaming and debates are differently. Everyone just wants him to stream and stay around first. But yeah, you got to remember, if he's streaming, what's he streaming for? Is it for you? Okay, what for? What, so we can do circle jerking? What, so you feel better? That's useless. He would be streaming to get new money in. Okay, to get new money in, totally different strategy than just talking to community. Totally different. He's going to be speaking to Bitcoin people, Ethereum people. Well, you can't speak when you have that chart. Even if you say we migrated, we left, no one believes that. The money you're trying to get, they don't look at that and be like, oh, they migrated, it's coming. You see what I mean? So, but look, he's smart. He'll figure it out, okay? By the way, he's figured out. I'll be honest, friends, I knew he was doing 4D chess. Maybe one day I'll tell you guys what I really know. Because it ain't 4D chess. It's more like 14D chess. And I know we joke about it. It really is like 14D chess. But yeah, maybe one day. Like, subscribe, button, and I'll catch you soon.